We are all working so hard every single day, whether you're at the office or doing manual labor or you're in retail, or if you're a parent where you're working 24/7. What are we working for? Obviously, survival. We're trying to make sure that we have all of our needs met. And then when we have more earnings, then we try to improve the quality of our needs being met. And then after that, where do we spend our earnings? It goes to things that we want to do. Fashion, maybe you're interested in fashion, or maybe you're interested in the arts, maybe film or cuisine, culinary arts, things that bring you joy. Everyone spends their earnings in different ways. One of the most important ways, and I'm saying, I think this is objective, one of the most important ways you can spend your earnings after your needs are met is vacations or travel. And I think everybody that I've had on this podcast so far, they totally would agree and they believe that. And I'm really excited about today's guest because this was actually one of the first Instagram influencers in our community that I saw that was on my feed. Please welcome Samantha Mansoor.
The Calvin Catholic Podcast. Calvin Catholic Podcast.
Hi, Samantha. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Rena. How are you?
Good. Friday, feeling good. I think we went to school together, but we were in different grades, so I didn't actually see you around anywhere. Maybe a little
Yes,
bit.
actually, I remember we had aerobics class or gym class together. I don't know if you remember that.
Wait, we did?
We
Wait,
did.
I remember one aerobics class. There was
Yeah, we were
one.
in it. We were in
Okay,
it together.
that's funny. And then are you in my sister's grade? Are you 1 year younger than me?
So I'm 1 year younger than Reem. So
Oh, okay.
the way we became friends is we were like her locker was next to mine, and she had like the best personality ever, and we clicked in high school and we became friends. And then I knew that she was your sister because you guys looked like. And then in the gym class, I was like, oh, this is Reem's sister, and yeah,
Such a small world. Had a little bit of influencer culture in our community before Instagram and Facebook took off. Like we had like the Chaldean comedy show on YouTube and FaZe Rug, and there was
yeah.
a few other people here and there that did stuff, but like for me personally on my Instagram feed, you were one of the earliest influencers in our community. And I wanted to ask you before we even get into the topic is like I think it takes a lot of courage because our community is like a village
Hmm.
to put yourself out there and
Yes,
accept judgment basically.
for sure.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I was just wondering like what made you feel like you wanted to share with people?
I think my passion for travel and just wanting to share the journey with others because it brought me so much joy. I just want to spread that joy with our community. But it did come with me, struggling and not wanting to put myself out there because that's not like my natural inclination to want to do something like that. And you are, till this day I struggle with that. I'm just, is this cringe or people gonna, judge me for this? But you kind of just have to let that all go and put yourself out there, and the fruits will show.
Yeah, and I will say that your style is very much zen. It's like you show peaceful scenes and beauty and faith through your travels a lot more
Yes.
than like skydiving and coral reef like whatever other or other travelers are more cuisine centered, but yours it's about traveling as a family.
Yes.
And you use I don't can you remind us of your accounts, cuz like I remember you as Mommy Travels, but I don't think you're using that anymore, right?
Yes, I'm not using it anymore because there was a lady who put an LLC on that, and I'm like, I just don't even want to deal with any of the like legal stuff that comes with that. So I just removed that and just kept it
Oh
my
wow, no
name.
way. Aren't you running multiple accounts?
Yes, so I have my personal account, which is Samantha Mansoor, and then I have a travel agency where people are able to contact me and I help them book flights, hotels, and tours for their trips, and that's Ave Travels with an underscore on Instagram. And then I have another one that's called Catholic Mom Travels, and that page is specific to Catholic content, pilgrimages, and holy places, and things of that nature.
Awesome. I love all your accounts. So I want to start off with a definition real quick. So there is a difference between the word vacation and the word travel. The word vacation simply means taking a break from work or school, taking a break from labor, and even God took a vacation. Even God rested. And that could be you could have a vacation in your house. You could have a vacation anywhere. And then there's the word travel, which means you actually go outside of home. And we're going to talk about both topics today. So let's start with you just got back from a trip. Actually, we're recording now because you were on a trip before.
Yes.
Where were
Yeah.
you? It looked like you were in multiple
Um,
places.
yes. So we did 3 countries in 2 weeks. We started in Switzerland, then we went to Italy, and then from Italy we went to France.
With all your
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah. Plus my sister joined and her 2 children, and the youngest is only like 3 months. So it was a lot of us.
How was that transportation wise?
Transportation wise, there was parts of it that was a nightmare, but but overall it was wonderful. We had such a beautiful time. It was a great trip.
So when I think of Switzerland, I think of like cheese, bread, and sausage and mountains. Is that
And
like, does that sum it
and
up?
chocolate and
Ooh,
chocolate.
I'm a chocoholic. What would you say was your favorite part of Switzerland?
The beauty, the gorgeous Alps, the waterfalls. I mean, it literally was manicured from the top to the bottom. I mean, it's just such simply to put it, just gorgeous, stunning. But outside of that, I was actually disappointed because I thought it was going to be a lot more family friendly, and it is a family friendly destination, but with the transportation, there was like lots of struggles there. It just the kids didn't really care for it as much as I thought they would.
Yeah. Is it like as misty as it looks in the pictures?
Not, I mean, I don't know. I feel like sometimes it photos a lot better in terms of like when you're watching a video on Instagram, the colors are like a lot more vibrant. But in person, it's still stunning. It just doesn't maybe look exactly like what, how you see it in the pictures.
Okay. So it wasn't very family friendly. And actually, I felt like that about Iraq, unfortunately.
Yes, I know. So, like, out of all the countries my daughters have been to, if you ask her what are the two her least favorite, which it makes me so sad, but she says Iraq for one, and then Switzerland is the
Oh
other one.
no.
And I'm
Why?
like, no, I don't want it to. I don't want her to not like Iraq, but like you said, it's just not very kid friendly. There's not much for kids to do there, and I
Yeah.
think also just being like we spent a lot of time in the villages, and they got a bunch of mosquito bites, and they were miserable.
Oh
So.
my goodness. Oh my gosh. You know what I didn't like? I do appreciate how they have like these family social clubs like the Nadis with
Mhm.
a kids play area at like 2 a.m. like filled with kids. So
Yeah,
like there is definitely a family atmosphere, like a family loving atmosphere. But like the sidewalks don't even have ramps for like wheelchairs or strollers, and like not a
yeah,
single bathroom had a baby changing table. I was like,
yeah,
what is this? How about even a coat hook so you can like hang up your baby bag? Like it was just the
yeah.
littlest details that we have here, do not take them for granted.
That's very true. It's not as accessible, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a lot.
And then where in France did you guys end up after that?
We went to Lourdes in Paris, and
And
then also Lisieux.
you've been to Lourdes before. Your daughter was baptized there?
Yes, almost 8 years ago, that was the first time I went to Lourdes. This was my second time back, but yeah, we went back in 2018.
Okay, you hear a lot about destination weddings, but I that was like the first destination baptism that I've ever seen.
Our family has devotion to Our Lady, and just a little quick backstory. I grew up hearing about Saint Bernadette and Lourdes, and my mom. Two out of my three sisters, one name is Bernadette, and the other one is Lourdes. So if you can kind of tell, we
Oh wow.
we all have a devotion to Our Lady of Lourdes. And when my daughter was born, I just thought it was such a cool way to honor Our Lady, and just the thought of going there with my baby and getting her baptized, it was such a special experience. At the time, Father Matthew was a priest at St. George, so we reached out to him, and thankfully he was able to help us navigate that entire process, and he was such a blessing. That's kind of how it happened.
Amazing. And I was surprised to see that you were celebrating another baptism in Lourdes again.
Yeah, that was
on
my
this trip.
niece.
Amazing. That's so beautiful. Wow. I
Thank
really
you.
love that. And then what was the third place in France you guys went to?
Lasue. So that's where Saint Therese, the little flower,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Okay.
where she's from. So yeah, that was
And a lot of
um
people in our community have that devotion.
yes. Yes. And I think they also have that devotion because we're so blessed with the Basilica in Royal Oak, and a lot of people, a lot of our Chaldean community are familiar with that church. And I've noticed a lot more people when they're traveling to Paris now, they are making that stop in Lisieux, which brings me so much joy.
It's amazing. What are some takeaways from France as a whole? What do you love? What's difficult?
Okay, so when we first got there, in Paris, it was a little crazy because they had just won some soccer games, so it literally looked like a war zone. And I think that night we had arrived, it was like 400 people I got arrested. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was insane. And Paris, I feel like people either hate it or love it. There's like no in between. And I feel like it's not what it used to be, but it's still a place that I think is super special, and it's a super cool place to experience. If you've never been, I feel like it's worth going and seeing it. I love Lisieux because it's more like slow pace, small village, just very charming and quaint. And then Lourdes is literally feels like heaven on earth, and it's one of my favorite places ever.
I get that from everyone.
Yeah,
A lot
it's
of people feel this just magic of Lourdes.
it is like holy ground. I don't even know how to put it into words, but even during the procession, it literally feels like heaven is just colliding down to earth. An amazing, it's an amazing place.
Wow, I want to go. I've never been there.
Yeah,
Sounds
it
amazing.
is. It truly is. It's such an amazing place.
And then how about challenges?
So with traveling with kids, there's always going to be so many challenges. I mean, with me, I feel like my challenges are pretty high. I have a child that's on the spectrum, so there's lots of needs there that I have to meet. So there's times where your child's going to have a meltdown, times where they want to eat something that they like, but that might not be available. The list goes on and on. But
Yeah.
you just
Uh,
kind of you have to make sure that you have this idea when you're like going on a vacation or you're traveling, you have this idea of this like perfect experience. You kind of have to just like flush that down the toilet and just take it minute by minute, like hour by hour. And when you get there, you can't really have those expectations when you're traveling with kids. You just have to kind of make the best of it because you're not always going to see every single place that is on your list. You're not going to be able to do every single thing. There might be a day where you're mostly in your hotel because your kids are not having it, or there might be a day that is great. It's just, you kind of just have to take it day by day when you're on
yeah,
traveling.
and I'm a firm believer that there's such thing as over planning and under planning. Like you have to find the
Yes.
sweet spot. And
Yes.
and you guys did
100%.
you get where did you go after France? So it was Switzerland, France.
So we did Switzerland first, then we went to Lake Como. We took a train from Lucerne to Lake Como, and we spent a few days in Italy, which was so nice. That was more of like the vacation part of the trip, I would say, where you're
Oh,
just kind
okay.
of more lounging and enjoying things and swimming and doing all of that. And then we went after that, that's when we went to Lourdes. And then from Lourdes, we did Paris. And then when we were in Paris, we took a train to Lisieux and then back to Paris. And then we went
Got it.
home.
Wow, that's a lot of traveling.
It was a lot. It was a lot. We probably should
Yeah,
have we should have probably took Switzerland out, but I don't know.
I know. By the time
I
you
always do this
go,
to myself.
there's always this like thing where like by the time I go, I want to get see as much as possible, but I also want to
Mhm.
relax at the same time. Like, how do I make both happen?
Yes, exactly. And luckily we had Italy in the middle, so we were able to like relax. And France wasn't exhausting. I would say the most exhausting part was Switzerland.
Is it very like a rough terrain, like hilly, up and down, lots of driving? Is that like the issue?
Yeah, and it's also their like transportation system. They're train actually they have the best train system in the world, I believe, but it's very prompt and there's certain things. It's like if you don't get off on the wrong train, then you're gonna miss your next train. And then we were just like we had all these luggages and we missed a few trains and it was just chaotic. And I'm like, get
Oh,
me out of
wow.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many different types of travel. You could travel, there's solo travelers. You can travel with your friend group. You can travel
Mhm.
as a child with your parents. You could travel with your spouse, and you can travel with all of your kids. And I think you would agree each of those are a very different kind of travel.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's go along with let's stick with family travel first. What was your favorite trip with kids? And then we'll do just with your husband.
Okay, so my favorite destination that I've been to with my kids is Greece. We love the islands there. We love the people, the food, the culture. That's our favorite place to go to. We call it our second home. We've been so many times.
Oh, wow.
And the kids love it. The kids love it. And the beaches are great. And we love going there.
That's awesome. I'm guessing it's a little slow paced because you said you like that kind of like, village life.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. It's not exhausting. I mean, traveling is always going to be exhausting during the airport time and all, that part of traveling. But when we get there, it's a lot more calm. If you want to go and visit other islands, you just kind of hop on a ferry and you're, sitting down, hanging out.
And
There's like a cafeteria on the ferry boat. Sometimes
a-
it's like an hour or two, just depending on which island you're going to. But yeah, the lifestyle is a lot more like slow pace.
and I'm sure the boats are exciting for the kids too.
Oh yeah, they have so much fun on it.
And then how about as a couple?
Okay, so one of our favorite places we've ever been to together by ourselves, I would say, would be the Holy Land. That was really cool to experience. But outside of that, I would say Egypt was amazing. That's one that sticks out for me. Um, yeah, we got to see the pyramids. We've seen other parts of Egypt. I think that's one of like my highlight trips that I've been on with my husband.
Nice. And do you have like like a recommended time to travel? Like how many days minimum or maximum?
I think it just depends on where you're going. If you're doing an international like trip, I think at least a week and a half because of you're losing at least 2 to 3 travel days depending on where you're going. And then also if you're not used to traveling, the first day you arrive, you're maybe jet lagged, you're just tired from the whole process, so you might lose another day out of your itinerary. So I always say at minimum a week and a half.
Oh, yeah. Me and my husband discovered a crazy phenomenon that happens when we travel. So, like, we're workaholics. And when we
Mhm.
got married before we had kids, we would just be working together all the time. Like, we go to work together. I started working in his office. And when we got home, we would sometimes just relax and sometimes work some more. And then on the weekends,
Mhm.
we'd be relaxing with our family and still kind of working at the same time. We were workaholics. We were enjoying
Oh
our
my
job.
gosh, yeah.
Okay. And he has the biggest travel bug. He gets the itch like my sister does. My dad gets it. It's very familiar to me. So he gets the itch, like he's like, I need to go somewhere. And he that's fun. That's great. We love to travel, but like you never can relax at the beginning of your trip. You lose a day just for travel, like you're saying. And
Mhm.
then the next day you're just kind of trying to figure things out, where is everything, walking around a little bit, trying to make it feel like, more comfortable,
Mhm.
finding food. You still don't fully relax by the second day either. So I
Yeah.
totally agree with you. Like it takes a minute to settle in and then to feel like you live here. And then the craziest thing would happen to us every time. Once we really turned off work, we would get the best ideas ever. Like
Mm.
we would our gears would churn, and then we would be like, because when you're at home, you're just in constant go mode,
Mhm.
especially as a mom. It's like 24/7. It's a 24/7 job. You just don't get any breaks except when they're
Yeah.
napping. and
Yeah.
then if you're at the office, you're probably thinking about it when you get home all day too. So it's really hard to turn off. When you finally achieve turning it off, and then you let it re-enter slowly with no pressure, you just get to come up with the greatest ideas. You can be
Yes.
creative, you can be free, and you're relaxing. And I just
Hmm.
we just really love that. That's a big highlight for us when we finally take long rests.
Yeah. It's, and then you're able to really enjoy your trip that once you turn all that off and you're like, okay, let's, make this count.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And there's so many other benefits. Let's talk about some of the benefits. And before we even, like, I don't want to just focus on traveling. Travel vacations are very accessible. Like, the
Hmm.
first thing people might think is, okay, you want me to put all of my kids on a plane, and I can't even go to like East Asia without paying like over $1,000 a ticket, you
Yeah,
know? And then on top of that, the hotels for how long? Because you're telling me I'm not going to experience anything until the third day.
I know.
This could be like an overwhelming conversation for a lot of listeners, especially if they have a lot of kids. So how can we make travel accessible? How can
Yeah. So I think,
everyone vacation?
yeah, I think every person has to look at their situation, and it's important to not compare their situation to someone else, because if you have 5 or 6 kids, I mean, that same vacation for a family of maybe 3 or 4, it's going to be a huge difference in terms of cost. So it's important to just think about your family and do what's best for your family and to not compare. So I would say in a situation where getting on a plane isn't practical for your family, I would say like a road trip. I mean, we have gorgeous lakes up north. You can also do like a drive down to Florida. You can maybe
Yeah,
take,
let's name some road trips. Like, there's Put Bay, which is like this cute little place where you can ride
yeah,
there's no cars like Mackinac Island. You ride a golf cart
yeah,
around.
Mackinac
There's
Island, Tuskegee.
anything on Lake Michigan is nice.
Yes, yes.
Holland, what's over there? Saugatuck? I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's
Traverse City. Everything on Lake
yes,
Michigan.
basically, yeah, there's Torch Lake, which I think won like an award for one of the most beautiful lakes. So yeah, there's definitely places in Michigan you can drive to and enjoy.
Yeah, and even besides leaving, even if you don't want to go far, maybe you're homebound for some reason, there's the things. Let's think about what you get out of traveling and how you can get it at home. So, like, one of the biggest things you do is you obviously are not doing housework. So you're taking a break from that, you're relaxing,
Yes.
and you're not doing any work. So if you can turn that off and experience a new culture. There's this guy that just started this thing on TikTok and he's going really viral. His name is William something. Well, he's Greek. He decided he's going to eat at a different country every day from LA. He lives in LA.
Oh,
And he goes to the most authentic, he spins a wheel and goes to the most authentic restaurant he can find in that nation. And when he does that, he plays that nation's music, eats that nation's food, learns some fun facts about that nation, learns a dance or something, invites someone from the restaurant to come sit down with him and talk about their country. he
that's
he
so
gets
cool.
he is getting as close to traveling as you can imagine, in my opinion.
Hmm.
And I think that could be done. And we even do this thing with my family. We do with my in-laws, we do like an international food night. And I
Yeah,
just started that with my sister and cousin too. So I'm excited about that. But you can
yeah,
experience an escape from home.
yes, I agree. And then, or you could also do like a staycation. There's local hotels that you can find within your radius that you could just drive to with your family and enjoy just using the amenities of the hotel and just kind of using that time to connect with your family and relax. And there's no working, there's no doing the dishes, there's no doing the laundry. It's just family time and you guys are connecting and making memories together.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I read something. It was about, man, where did I read it? It was talking about how kids' best memories
Yes.
are
Yeah.
traveling. And the reason is because they have their parents' full attention, not because they're in a different place.
Yes, there's so many studies that show that a child's core memory when they is from like vacations and family trips.
There's always people saying, "Oh, I prefer to spend my money this way," like
Yeah, and I think that's what it comes down to. It's what is important to you. Is a bag more important than that family vacation, or is I don't know, wherever like other people spend their money. I'm not sure what.
fashion, food. I mean, like
Yes,
going out to eat is a big one.
yeah,
Um,
events,
Technology,
events,
events.
especially in our community. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
oh
I
my
feel like
gosh. Say you're out of town for a wedding and go on a trip instead.
yes, I no, I 100% think that that's what you should do. I would much rather a person that wants to go on vacation and like all these communion parties and all these baptisms and all these weddings. It's like all that money they're dishing in to that could go towards
Yeah.
a trip.
Okay, so continuing to talk about accessibility, there's the cost of travel, and then there's being off from work. Like you have to take PTO sometimes, or you have to take a break from school. And then when you do take a break, when you do have a break from work and school, it's usually when everybody else has a break from work and school. And like
Hmm.
this is one of those years for us. We're only off between Christmas and New Year's.
Okay,
And that's when the whole world is off, and travel is three times the cost. So
I
there's that.
know.
And then so accessibility could be cost, work, school. And we're here saying that it's still doable. Find a way. This is for your well being. What are some of the benefits of travel?
The benefits of travel is seeing God's beauty and having that reset in your life, watching your children experiencing travel through their eyes, watching their little minds cultivate and learn about different cultures and seeing how they interact with different people, and the list just goes on and on and on, and creating those memories that you'll have to cherish forever and ever. In my opinion, it's not smart to wait until they're older. We're not promised tomorrow. We, when they're older, they might have other, you know, things that they need to do or
Yeah, yeah. And it just gives you like a much wider perspective on our lives. Like it's humbling. The world isn't all like us. Everybody lives differently. Like you learn so many little fun things that are conversation starters too for you to be able to build relationships in your life.
yes, exactly that. And it just makes you realize how different every single part of the world is. But at the end of the day, we're all still one. And from what I was saying earlier, like if traveling is something you want to do, you kind of have to make it a priority.
And I definitely agree that it's not easy with kids, the transportation part
Yeah.
of it. Like
Yes.
you got to carry a bulky stroller and figure out car seats and stuff. And how annoying are the car seats that they give you with the car rental companies?
I know.
And it's like
But
all these little inconveniences just for the transportation part of it. But then once you get there, it's
yes.
just it's just like being at home, but in a beautiful, unique place with unique food and unique experiences and different people and different languages. And
Yes.
you just got to get past a few hurdles to your.
Exactly. And I always say that. It's like, they always say, or is it a vacation or is it parenting in a different location? And I think it's a vacation and you're parenting in a different location. It's a little bit of both, but like what we spoke earlier, you're not doing the dishes, you're not doing laundry, you're still enjoying just being in a new place with your children, making those memories. And yes, there's struggles and it will happen where not everything that, the trip is going to be perfect, but it's so worth it.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but like I feel guilt when I'm like doing housework and not playing with my kids.
Yes,
Like I'm like, I gotta do it. What am I supposed to do? You have to play with yourself right now, or play with your
I know.
sibling or whatever, cousin sometimes. But like, I need to get things done. And how happy are your kids when you sit down and spend time with them? And that's what a vacation is. You could do it the whole time.
Yes, and you don't have distractions. I feel like when we're home, we're constantly being distracted. And when you're on vacation or on a trip with your family, you have that one-on-one connection with each other, and all of that outside noise is gone. And it's such a great time to just connect with with each other and make those beautiful memories, really.
Yeah. So we talked about a lot of benefits of traveling. We talked about some challenges of traveling. We talked about accessibility. I also want to talk about specific places. We did a little bit with your most recent trip, but let's talk within the continental US.
Mm-hmm.
These are places
Yeah.
that the flights might be a lot shorter, a lot more available. What are some of
Mm-hmm.
your favorite trips in the States with kids, if you want, without kids, with friends, whatever you
Yeah.
think, whatever comes
So
to your mind?
with kids, hands down, Florida, flying out of Michigan, I would say is your best destination. I mean, it's a super quick flight and you're enjoying the gorgeous beaches there. The weather is always great. The food is good in Florida. I would say that's probably my favorite destination in the United States with children.
Okay,
And
that's
then,
definitely something I hear a
yeah,
lot from a lot of parents.
yes. And then I would say the second would be California, in my opinion. I love California. I was actually born in California. I lived there for a little bit. And it's just such a gorgeous state. And there's a lot to do there. There's like, you could never be bored in California. There's so
D-
much to do there.
are you saying like the entire state, or is there a specific area you like the most?
Oh, well, I'm an OC girl, so I love Orange County, but San Diego's gorgeous. The Napa area is gorgeous too, like Napa Valley. As a whole, the state has so much to offer.
And how about like scenery wise?
Yeah, I would say California for scenery.
I haven't really seen a lot of California. I've really only been to like the San Diego area. But for me, the nicest scenery that I've seen in the States so far, and I haven't been to Hawaii either or Utah because I hear those
Hmm.
are nice, would be
Hmm.
Colorado. Just
Yeah,
driving on
yeah,
that, driving on that edge of the mountain from like Denver to, I don't even know where we went. We traveled west towards some hot springs, and every single part of the mountains was like being in a different country. Some of it is
oh,
green, some of it is red, some of it is like pine trees. Like it's like traveling the world naturally.
yeah, that's gorgeous. I've never been. I'd like to go.
It was really, really nice. I'd love to go back again. So I do a little bit of travel organizing myself with the nonprofit. We do a program called Nineveh Travel, where we take groups of people or we help people organize their own private trips with their families or solo, however they want to do it, to the homeland.
Hmm.
And part of that is because the mission of our organization is economic development in the homeland. And tourism is a major, major underutilized field for our community
Hmm.
industry. I'll say industry. And we actually genuinely love going to the homeland, even though you and I talked about the lack of family friendly amenities sometimes.
Hmm.
we
Yeah,
we love it so much that my husband and I want to go at least once a year whenever possible,
yes,
and we want our kids to be close to our roots.
yeah. I
So
agree. It's
when you
yeah.
went, I noticed you spent a lot of time in your village called Benatha.
Yes.
And I thought it was so nice. And I still remember your posts because you were sharing stuff about your village that a lot of people might have not known about. Like you guys make like a village wide harissa.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
harissa, by the way. I make it so good.
Yeah. For the feast, August 15th, our village makes the harissa and all the nearby villages come to celebrate. And the spirit is such an amazing thing to experience when you're there and everybody is just so happy, and it's just there's such a sense of community there. And even like the Kurds, I think, come into the village to like some have
Oh,
some
really?
harissa and stuff. Yeah. And it was such an amazing experience. I just remember being on the airplane, and as soon as we touched down, I was like crying. I couldn't There's this feeling that just came over me, and I'm like, I'm in my homeland. I'm landed in the place where my ancestors are from, the place where so much blood was shed for our faith, for me to be able to have the life I have. Like, if it wasn't for my ancestors in this homeland, I wouldn't have the life I have. And it just was such an overwhelming feeling when I was there. And I'm sure you probably felt the same.
Oh
Um,
yeah. And a lot of people think Iraq is like third world. It's not third world. It's also not first world. It's a developing
yes.
country. It's in between. So, I mean, there's a lot of natural beauty. The reason people
Mhm.
think it's third world is because it's an endless war zone.
Yes.
If it hadn't gone through so much violence, this country would be on top of the world.
Oh yeah, it would have. And
Yeah.
I get so happy when I see these travel influencers that are either like European or American and they travel to like Baghdad and they are showcasing what Baghdad actually is like. And everyone's always so shocked to see like, oh, this is what Iraq is like. And it's like, yeah, it's a beautiful country, but unfortunately, because of what the country's been through, it's kind of hard to, you
Yeah,
know,
and it was so depressing before when you Googled Iraq. I don't know if it's still like that, but like, let's try it. Let's see. When you Googled Iraq, all you would see is like dirt and soldiers. And I'm like,
yeah, oh
this
God.
is not Iraq. Like, what is this? I'm going to Google Iraq right now and click images. Let's see what we see. You still see soldiers, but you see a little more beauty this time. But it's like protests and soldiers and violence and war and smoke. Like, why is this what
Yeah.
comes up? Like, what about like, there's so much beauty, and that's what we try to show on these trips is like this isn't like an advertisement for our trips, but and we don't even have one this year because of what's going on with Iran. And hopefully that
Yeah.
ended. It sounds like it might have ended, but like we want to show people that there is gorgeous mountains in the north and greenery and rivers, and then in the south there's just such a great like travel culture, very hospitable people. Everybody is welcoming everybody, and
Yes.
everybody just treats you and is so warm and like it's very comfortable and relaxed. I don't know how like people don't lock their doors and kids are running in the streets like, and people say that it's scary in Iraq when I would not ever do that here.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. And actually it was kind of even a culture shock to me, to be honest with you, because I would see these like little kids at like 2 in the morning. I'm like, where are the parents? And it's so safe. And I was like, and I even asked my cousin, I'm like, where are the parents? Like these kids are, it's 2 in the morning and they're outside. And what if somebody kidnaps them? He looked at me, he's like, that would never happen. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and everybody knows everybody, like, "Oh, that's that person's kid." Everybody knows who
Yeah.
everybody is, which
Yeah.
is which there's, like, pros and cons of the village life. There's, like, this strong community, extended family, like, this security you feel when everybody's, like, your
Mhm.
family around you. And then there's the small town gossip and feeling like you want to
Yeah.
escape. And people have the same exact feeling here in the States between the city and the rural. Like you hear people in the small town America that just want to go to the city so they can be exposed to more people and more cultures. And then there's some people that just want to escape the city and go live a peaceful life in the fields.
Yeah.
But what I do like
Yeah.
about the villages over there in small town America, it's like giant farmhouse. It takes forever to get to your neighbor. Giant farmhouse takes forever to get to your neighbor. And then like somewhere over on the side, there's a little downtown area. But in our
Hmm.
villages back home, every downtown area is in the center if they have one.
Hmm.
If it's like a larger village, they have one. And then the fields are around it and the church is in the center. And so
Yeah.
everybody can come together in the center. And I think that's so beautiful.
It is. It's so beautiful.
I don't know.
It's
Takeaways besides the
um,
that they need ramps on their streets. What else about our homeland? The food is amazing. Oh, do you know what I love about the food there? I actually feel like when you go to a restaurant and like 75% of the menu is grilled and it's just so healthy. And then over here, it's like this is the grilled part of the menu, like two items.
Oh, I know.
Everything
Yeah.
here is oil,
It's
pan
actually,
fried.
yeah. It's actually like that in Europe too. It's like you don't have to worry about what you're feeding your kids because everything there is so much cleaner. And then you are here and you're like seed oils and pesticides and the list goes on.
Yeah, and a little bit of your content was involving natural health and stuff like that too.
Yeah, I really, really enjoy traveling with my kids because I am super holistic and it's kind of like it's my time to enjoy when I'm in Europe or other places because I don't have to worry as much.
Have you ever been anywhere in Asia or like South America or Central America?
Yeah, so okay, so two things. So one of my favorite countries I've ever been to, and it was actually a trip with my best friend before I was even married, was Thailand. And till this day, it's like
Ooh.
hands down the most amazing country I've ever been to. Like it just it doesn't even feel like real life. It's so gorgeous there. And then I've one of my first mission trips or trips I went on was when I was in college. I did a mission trip to Honduras. Did you ask? Was it South America? You
Yeah.
said I couldn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was asking like about Latin American countries and East Asia.
Yeah. And when I was in Honduras, I didn't get to really experience Honduras. I was more so just kind of in the village and working on the mission there. So I didn't get to see much outside of that village I was in. But yeah, that's
My mom has like an adopted child in Honduras.
no way. Aw.
It's not really an adopted child. It's like an adopted child like
That they sent
charity
a picture
program.
of.
Yeah, yeah, and they write letters to each other. it's
Oh, that's
it's
so
re-
sweet.
it's actually really cute. Like my mom had her since she was a little girl, and her grandparents would write for her, and now she writes herself. Like she literally grew up over
Wait,
time.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, it's very, very cute. Thailand is definitely on my bucket list. My mother-in-law just got back from there, and it's like my husband and I really like nature. We're big time
Yes.
nature lovers. Like one of our favorite places is Costa Rica. It's just so gorgeous. And we made it work with a child. So that was a little bit of a challenge, but totally worth it.
Mhm.
And I feel like Thailand is like the Costa Rica of East Asia.
It's
Maybe, I don't know. It just looks like it in pictures. So definitely on my
yeah.
bucket list. And I also would love, love, love to go back to Japan. Highly recommend Japan if you haven't been there.
So that's actually on my bucket list of the places where I'm going to hopefully go with just my husband and not my children because it's a place I actually want to really, really like experience and do things because I know with kids it would be really hard.
It would be. I think it's doable. Everybody there is here's the things that I would find a little challenging. So one, constant transportation. They have the most amazing public transportation system, like super clean, efficient. You can use Google Maps and get anywhere you want on a single card in the entire country. It's so nice and smooth
Oh,
and efficient
wow.
and clean. But Americans are known to be loud. People are much more quieter there. So, like,
Yeah.
if my kid starts screaming, I might get stressed out.
That's my main reason why I don't want to go with my children. With my child on the spectrum, sometimes there's meltdowns that come out of nowhere, and I don't want to feel like all that stress being in a country where like noise is considered a disturbance. So that's why I was thinking I might save that country for just him and I.
Yeah, but there's also really cool animal experiences that
Oh,
would might be nice for your child on the spectrum. I'm not trying to persuade you either way, just letting you
okay.
know
Well,
it's doable.
I do want to take them, but I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll
Like
see what happens.
there is a town where deer used to be a sacred animal in their old religion. It was like Shinto. And
Okay.
the people there never harmed a deer. So the deer are overpopulated and they're not afraid of humans. And like, I don't know how you feel about like wild animals, but
Oh, I love that. That's
yeah,
amazing.
they'll come up to you, they their head, and you can feed them with your hand, like you feel like a Disney princess. And then they're just everywhere. Like there's like deer at the gas station, like deer at the
Oh,
7-Eleven.
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's funny. And they like cross the street. Like I've never seen anything like that in my whole life.
They're
And then
pretty much humans.
yeah, and then there's this other place. They are. It's really pretty, actually. And then there's this other place where you can go up like a little mountain. It's a not a horrible hike. It's a little bit long. And then there's all these monkeys. And instead of the monkeys being in a cage, they're free on the hill. And the humans go into a cage if you want to feed them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But you can, oh, one thing that was really freaky is you can't smile at them. Like, what if my child smiles?
Oh, yeah, that's kind of concerning.
Yeah, because if you bare teeth, like they consider it like a threat, I
Oh,
guess. I don't know.
okay.
Yeah, it would be a lot easier with you and your husband, but it could also be fun for the kids. Either way, it'll be great. and the food is
Okay.
just so clean.
I know everyone who goes, my sister's actually there right now. I helped book her trip too, and I'm like, when am I going to get to go? But everyone who goes absolutely loves it. So I'm looking forward to that, hopefully in the near future.
Yeah. What other bucket list trips do you have?
Bali is another one that's on my list. I
Ooh,
really want to.
that's where my mother-in-law was. She did Bali in Thailand.
Oh, that's so smart that she did both because she's all the way on that side of the world. So it's smart to
Yeah.
do too. Yeah, I would say Bali and Japan are on my bucket list right now.
I have this other dream trip that I haven't looked into enough to know if it's a good idea.
What is it? Tell
But
me.
I've been wanting to do this forever. Since I started college a million years ago. I want to go on the Trans-Siberian Railway from St. Petersburg, Russia to like rural China.
Wow, that sounds incredible.
And I feel like I'm not really interested in the Chinese cities as much as I am into the country. And I think the
Hmm.
landscapes are look beautiful. And it's like one of those dinner trains where you can sleep and eat.
Oh,
And I don't
I
know if
know
it
what you're
makes
talking about.
stops. So what I mean by like I haven't looked into it enough to know if it's a good idea is like I don't know if it makes stops and if you stay at places and you get back on or if you just stay on it. Like I have no idea how it works.
Okay, like if it acts like a cruise where it just kind of stops and then you have 5 hours to get off, for an example, then go back on.
Yeah, but I'm putting this out there so that maybe I somebody I know will go do it for me and tell me how it is.
And then they could let you know.
Yeah, but it sounds like a unique, interesting experience. And
Yeah,
then my husband and I want to do like an African cruise.
that would be
Sounds
super cool.
I don't
No,
know. I don't have the biggest bucket list. We really are repeat travelers. Like we go to the same place more than once.
yeah, because if you love it, you just want to keep going back, right? So I get it.
Yeah, it's like guaranteed relaxation.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
Yeah.
want to sprinkle in something new here and there. Even the places that we go, like the most that we've been to places is Iraq and Costa Rica. Like even the places
Okay.
that we go, we try to see a new area every time.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It's like you're expanding your home away. Like in Greece, you guys go to Greece a lot. Like
Yeah.
if every time you see a new place, it's like you're expanding your home away from home too.
100%, because each destination, even if it's within the same country, it's a new place you're seeing. So it feels like a whole new destination in a way.
Yeah, and exploring is fun. I feel
Yep.
like we covered a lot. I feel like I talked way more on this one than on any other one because I'm just excited about traveling.
And you love travel and it's a passion. No, I love that.
Yeah. And I never used to really have the travel itch that I was talking about. Like my husband has it, my sister has it, my dad has it. Like when I tell you that they itch,
Oh my gosh.
they
Trust
need
me.
to go. Like they need to go.
Oh, I totally understand that itch. I have that itch. I don't even it's like past an itch. It's like a I don't even know what it
It's
is.
like
It's like a
it's built into you. Yes, I know. I
it's
get it.
yes.
I
Yes,
totally get it.
exactly.
But I never actually had that. I'm like the kind of person that's like super much a homebody and I like to go out of the house around here locally and just hang out with family and friends all the time. But I really, really am into different cultures and like different
Mm,
cuisine. And I now understand more about the value of relaxation away,
yeah.
far away, getting away. So that's the biggest reason I wanted to even connect with you. I wanted to hear a little bit about how you're making it happen with your kids. You seem like somebody that's very honest about the struggles. Like you don't just pretend everything's. You do take like very Instagram worthy photos,
Hmm.
but you're very honest about things that go well and things that are challenging, and I really appreciated that. And
Oh, thank you. I mean, I try because I know when it comes down to Instagram, you want to present like the most beautiful parts of your trip. But I try to throw in my stories a few moments where my kids might be crying or we're, dealing with luggage just to show that like this is the reality of traveling. But the reward is when your child is having the most amazing time swimming or having gelato or, whatever it may be for you guys. But there for sure is the struggles. But for me, for my love and my passion for it, and that surpasses the struggles.
yeah, and you just reminded me of something else, even with mentioning gelato, which is so amazing every day in Italy.
I can't have enough. I was having it
But
for breakfast. I'm like, I'm sipping breakfast. I'm having gelato today.
Yeah, oh my gosh, the lemon one, and
Oh,
I love stracciatella. I love lemon
yeah,
with
so good.
stracciatella.
But
Oh,
I'm
so
I'm
good.
a pistachio and hazelnut girl.
Ooh, yummy. But what you reminded me of is expanding your kids' vocabulary too. Like, I feel like even without traveling, because we're very much into different cultures, my daughter knows so many different cuisine, the names of them and
Yes.
things like that. And I just think
Yes.
that makes your child so good at making impressions with others as they grow older.
It makes them well-rounded, exposing them to the different cultures and the food and the music and the people. It just will help them in their future in so many ways.
Yeah. Another thing that you wanted to talk about was how faith plays such a large role for you and your family when you're traveling.
Yes, so it's so amazing when you're traveling around the world in different countries where English is not the language, but then you are attending mass and the mass is the same everywhere. No matter where you go, it's the same mass. And it just goes to show you how our Catholic faith is truly universal. And you're when you're home, you're telling your kids about certain saints and you're teaching them about saints, certain saints and stories, and when you travel to these places, and it's almost like those stories come to life for them, and it's truly so rewarding to watch it through their eyes and experience that. It's priceless. It truly is.
Yeah, like you can say, this is where Saint Therese lived. This was her home.
Exactly. This is her home. And then, yeah,
And now they have a
yeah,
new image in their mind.
yes. And like I said, it comes to life for them when they come back home and they do think about these certain saints. They have those memories that they could go back to.
I could see how also, I know there's saints in every country, but it seems like we have so many in Europe.
So many.
Yeah, and
So many.
there's tombs, especially like in Italy, and there's so much
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, I feel like even if you spent a month in Italy, you wouldn't even scratch the surface in terms of like going to all these like holy sites and pilgrimages, and there's just so much to see there. But we are blessed with a place in the United States. I believe it's called Our Lady of Champions, and it's a approved Marian site in the United
Where?
States.
Where's that?
Let me pull it up real quick. Our
Is
Lady
it
of
our
Champions. Oh, Our Lady of Champions. Is it Champions or Champion? I'm sorry. So it's approved. It's in Wisconsin. It's the National Shrine of Our Lady of Champion. It's in Wisconsin and it's an approved Marian site. So that's a great place if you want to take your kids to.
Okay,
Um,
so it's the I also pulled it up, the National Shrine of Our Lady of Champion. So there was an
yeah.
actual apparition there.
Yeah, so it's the first and only approved Marian apparition in the United States.
Not too far from us, Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Exactly. No, it's not too far. You could do a road trip there. You could fly there.
I never even knew about this.
Yeah, I
So,
don't think a lot of people do.
do you know people that have you been there?
I have not been there.
Maybe we should do it.
We should do it. I'm down. Let me know. You just gotta talk. Give me like a week, 2 weeks, and I'll make it happen.
I wonder if there's anything else around there to do. We got to look into this. And
Yes,
then
we
there's
do.
also our community has the annual trip to Cary, Ohio.
Yes, that they do for the feast on the 15th.
And then there's the Cross in the Woods. Speaking of spiritual journeys,
Yes.
there's also this thing that the youth do. I don't know where it is. It's like this conference, this Catholic conference.
Oh,
Gosh, if I hear the name, I'll know. And then
where's
our church is trying to do a convention too that involves, even when they did it locally, they made it far from home to make it like a spiritual
yes.
vacation.
That's cool. There's also I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this, but Laredo Chapel in New Mexico. It's the stairs of St. Joseph or St. Joseph Stairs. It's often called Miraculous Staircase. It's a
Oh, I feel
spiral
like I've
staircase.
the one that's like built in a miraculous way.
Yes, and the like story is that it was St. Joseph who actually built the staircase.
I think I've heard that story.
Yeah, I feel like you could find holy sites and pilgrimages within the US. It's obviously not going to be as many as Europe or other parts of the world, but we still have a few places within our country.
Yeah, there's and I know it's outside of our country, but this is something that I think is so awesome. And I never got to experience it, but I think it would be such a great experience for anybody in our community if they're able to do it. Is the World Youth Day,
Mm,
the Catholic World Youth Day. I feel like that is such an amazing experience for from everybody that I've heard from that actually participated in it.
Yeah, my parents did a few, well, more than a few years ago. It was back when Pope Francis, I think he was like early, early into his papacy. But my mom went and my dad, and they loved it.
When's the let me see, where's the next one?
It was,
Korea.
oh, that's cool. They went when he was in Brazil, in Rio.
Oh, oh yeah, my friend was there. The cool it's gonna be in Seoul next year.
That's pretty
Korea,
cool.
South Korea, and then let me see the dates.
You know what? I think I just saw that our diocese posted something with the Chaldean priests. They're going to do that. If I'm not mistaken. I
Yeah,
think I saw something on Instagram.
yeah, yeah, I saw that too. But
Mm.
I can't find the dates. I wanted to include them in this episode. So just
But
Google it, everyone.
I kind of was depressed because I think it said age cutoff is like 30 something. I'm 35, but I don't know if
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
considering.
Well, you can always still go. There's families, there's all different
Yeah, I would
ages,
probably, I would just
but
meet them there.
yeah, but like the majority of this trip and like the purpose is a world youth kind of collection in
Yeah,
Catholicism, which is so important. Like the impression that this makes on the world to see so many young people that are so
yeah.
faithful and all gathered in the name
And
of
from
their faith.
different parts of the world, all gathered in one place. It's so beautiful. There's no one else has anything like this.
Yeah, and I mean it's in South Korea. Okay, we should go to that too. So I'll meet you in Wisconsin,
And
and
then
then I'll
from there, we'll go to
South
Seoul.
Korea. I'll see you there.
Hey, and
Okay.
then maybe from there, I can go to Japan.
Oh my gosh, no, I'm coming. I'm coming there too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't help but to see them like God in nature. It's just such,
Yes.
it's a masterpiece. It's magnificent. Like I still remember we had our honeymoon in Costa Rica. Where did you have your honeymoon, by the way?
So we did so much. We did south of France, we did Greece, we did Germany, we did another country, and I'm drawing a blank. Oh, I think those are the three we did.
Oh,
And we
nice.
did Monaco and Monaco.
Ooh. So we went to Costa Rica and I still remember I had only been to like the ocean in Florida before that and Japan.
Yeah,
Those are the only oceans I had seen, and I seen seas and lakes on all my other trips. And I remember just being so like moved standing there
yes,
with the ocean in front of me and mountains on my right and mountains on my left, and I'm like in a jungle and everything is just picture perfect beauty, and the air, the breeze from the water just
yes.
like
Oh my gosh.
filling your lungs and making you feel complete peace and relaxation and admiration. Like
Yes,
you know that our designer, God, our creator, didn't have to make everything so beautiful. You
yes.
know, it could have
And
just been practical. We need what we need. But no, I want you to feel joy and pleasure at admiring beauty.
hmm And oftentimes it's when I am taken back in those moments and I'm just so overwhelmed with God's beauty in his creation, I just stop and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, how much more beautiful is heaven if it's this
Oh
beautiful here?"
yeah.
And you feel just so connected to God, and it's I can't even describe it, but I always find myself thinking, how much more beautiful is heaven? If God is allowing us to enjoy the beauties of this world here on earth, I can't even imagine what heaven is like.
Yeah. I feel that so many times. And I'm like, I really enjoy conspiracy theories.
Me too.
I don't know how you feel about them, but I have a
Me too.
conspiracy. I have a major conspiracy theory. Okay.
Okay, share
So
it. I want to hear it.
you know how like Hollywood has been tainted by like such negative energy and demonic stuff?
Yes.
Okay. So I believe that they purposely have made Southern people sound uneducated and dumb. I think
Mm,
I think that because like I started following this lady and she never spoke. She would just post. And I was like so impressed by this lady. She has so many kids, like 8 kids. I don't know how many. and they're just living a very organized life, and I'm like, how are they doing this? So I'm just like so infatuated with this lady that I follow. She's like a random American lady in like a country home, and one day she finally spoke after like years of me following her, and she had a southern accent, and I'm like, did I just, and I felt like I judged her, and I was like, why did I have that feeling? Because she's clearly intelligent, and I was like, I think I'm over influenced by like, I was obsessed with film and movies for so long.
Mm,
I feel like I'm over influenced, and I think they portray southern accents in a negative light.
yeah.
And this is the proof. This is an intelligent woman that made me feel like she was less intelligent from her accent. And I hate to even admit this or say it, but I had to like make a point
Yeah, it's like
that,
stereotypes.
yeah, and I believe that because they're living in rural environments, most people in the South, they are experiencing God and they have greater faith.
Hmm.
And they get demonized and they get called like, I mean, Christianity is the easiest religion to persecute, and I think that Hollywood has been against them. I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole, and I don't know how much of that we're going to keep in here, but like I do believe that there's faith in nature. That's the main point of all this.
Hmm.
There's God in nature, and there's God in life. And nature is
Yes.
life. It's the recycling of life and death, and you're seeing it happen in front of you with animals, with food. You're growing your own food. You're seeing it. It's alive. Your food is
Hmm.
alive. And when you're that close to life, you have stronger faith. You just do.
Yes. And it
And
makes you want to glorify him even more. And that's the point of all of this. It's like we need to glorify him in everything we do, and including travel. It's like the best time to glorify Jesus and God.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry to say, and this is definitely not true for everyone, but you do get disconnected from God when you're living in a fast-paced city life. You just
Yes, you
do.
do. Yes, you do. And your everyday life, you get lost in the mundane of things, and it's your time. That's why traveling is my favorite thing to do, because you're disconnecting and you're forcing yourself to remove all of the distractions from your life, and you have a week or two to just spend with your family and connect to God and enjoy the beauties of travel.
Yeah. And my first time ever being allowed to travel without my parents was I did the Holy Land trip with church. I mean, outside of the
Um,
United States, my first time leaving the United States without my parents was the Holy Land trip. And it was with Father Matthew's group, and he had us each do a journal. It wasn't like enforced, but he suggested it, recommended it. And it was so nice to go back and read the state of mind I was in. Like I was on a deep spiritual journey, and then I came back and it was like gone. So keeping some notes when you're out there, some journaling, and then
mhm.
rereading it later to like, regain some of that insight that you had gotten. I think that's a great idea. Travel
Yes.
journaling.
Travel journaling. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay. So I do think most of our conversation was very positive about all of the benefits of travel. And we talked about a little bit of the struggles. And I think we agree that the biggest struggle is transportation, right? So,
Yes.
so what are some of your tips for kids on a flight? Because that sounds scary to a lot of people. You have to put your kid in a seat and they have to sit there on a long flight. Like what kind of miracles do you call upon from the Lord?
Oh, I always have my holy water with me, my anointed oil, and my rosary. And I'm like, please, God, help me through these next few hours or long hours or however long the flight is. But for tips, I would say snacks would be like the number one thing. I would say pack their favorite snacks and pack lots of them so you have extra in case. And then bring a few simple toys from home that are their favorite. But then another thing I do is I have a backpack and I fill it with new things from either like Five and Below or the Dollar Tree, and I'll put like activities and new toys in there, and I present it to them on the plane, and they usually get so excited, and it occupies them for a while. If you allow screen time, I always say a tablet is super helpful. Um, and then making sure you pack extra clothes just in case they have an accident, something spills on them. And then obviously like their, water bottle and things that they must have on the flight. And I always say don't worry too much about overpacking because you can always get things at the airport or when you get to your destination, but having those like the extra clothes, having their favorite snacks, having a few simple toys that they're familiar with, those are like must, you must have those things. So to just prevent, to make things easier for you.
Yeah, and I love the idea of bringing a new toy or a book because something new will definitely keep them occupied.
Yes, and I love those like little water books or water, what is it? It's like those markers that are
Oh my
water
gosh.
powered.
My 2-year-old loves those, and I literally have a couple hidden right now that I save to give to her when I need them.
Yes, those are great because there's no mess and they think that they're painting and it's great.
Yeah, yeah, I really love that. I ended up getting something that I thought was the water pad because it said watercoloring or water painting, but it was so messy. Just a word of
Oh no.
warning. It was the
Okay.
best one is the Melissa and Doug one.
Yes, those are my favorite. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, another tip. If your child is like crying and they don't want to be in their seat and seatbelt sign is off, I always say to let your child walk up and down the aisle. If you take them all the way to the back, there's a little bit of room there. It's kind of where the travel agents or not travel agents, sorry, flight attendants have their where they have like the drinks and stuff. There's a little area there that they could walk, jump, do whatever they need to do to get their energy out and then take them back to their seat.
I love trying to tire them out as much as possible.
Yes.
So we always close off with a Bible verse. Is there one that you have that you'd like to share?
Okay. So I have like something written. Should I just kind of read that out?
Yeah, however you want to do it.
Okay. So Psalms 19:1 is a verse I think about when I travel. The heavens declare the glory of God. The sky proclaims the work of his hands. So whether we're standing on a beach, on looking at a mountain, walking through an ancient city, or experiencing another culture, we're reminded of how much beauty God has placed in the world. Travel opens our eyes not just to the world, but to the creator behind it.
I love it. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samantha, for taking some time to share your travel tips and travel dreams and the whole conversation. I think we had a good time. Just for people who are interested in following your family travels or couple travels, they can go to Samantha Mansoor or Ave Travels underscore or Catholic Mom Travels. Ideally, all three.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure being on here with you.